Alrighty, let's see here. I have a watch later playlist that I started. Oh, this is the one I wanted to do. So this is the one we're gonna watch today. Um, this is gonna be for like a longer day. Maybe on Friday. If I don't feel it for rigging, we'll watch this one together. But then this is also gonna be one that I want to watch. So I have a couple lined up. Obviously, tomorrow we'll be able to watch the Grumps episode as well. So, gotta go do adult things? No, thank you. I want to stay and be a cat. Sounds gross. Have a good time adulting though, Ren. You got this. Alright, let's watch. Hang on. No, pause. Gotta get everything set up. Alright, so we're watching I Spent 24 Hours in the World's Largest Hotel by Sophia Nygaard. Yeah! Alright, it's not the first time we watched a Sophia video. You guys know I like Sophia, so yeah, let's watch. So I'm gonna adjust my positioning a little bit.
Welcome to another video. Today, we're gonna be staying at the world's largest hotel.
There we go.
Right behind me, isn't it?
It's right behind me, isn't it?
In 2004, Taipei 101 became the world's tallest
the
building,
biggest
stealing the title
Beware
from the Petronas
plushie.
Towers in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, which had held it since 1998. And I can only imagine this pissed off Malaysia pretty bad, as, not to be outdone again,
Mad
in
Malaysia.
2015 they opened the largest hotel in the world, the first world hotel in Malaysia's Genting Highlands. And I've been dying to go there since 2019, as after our bachelor/bachelorette trip to Vegas, Tyler offhandedly mentioned that he was pretty sure the Palazzo Mega Resort in Vegas was the largest hotel in the world. But after a quick Google search, he was swiftly rebuked, as it actually placed second in the rankings, losing out
By
to none
not very
other than the
much.
first world hotel all
By
the way
not
in
very much,
Malaysia.
though.
Take that, Taipei 101. And being in the midst of all of these giant Vegas casinos, I thought, how can there possibly be a bigger hotel than this? Or this? Or this? I must stay there. And from that moment on, we had a new bucket list item.
Yep.
Not only because we are on a quest to stay at every weird hotel in existence, but also because it looks like an incredibly unique experience. I mean, look at it. It's a multicolored behemoth sticking out of the side of a mountain. You reach it via gondola, and it comes complete with a mall, casino, and an indoor and outdoor theme park to boot. What? And so we engineered a filming trip specifically to get us to Malaysia, so
Heck
we can
yeah.
document our experience staying at the largest hotel in the world and give you guys the full scoop. Gird your
Yay.
loins, people.
Nice.
We're going in. Now, when you're on
Gird
the
your
other side of
loins.
the world, thousands of feet up a mountain, you're probably gonna want some data to maybe upload an Insta story to say, hey, I'm here, or also mostly to make sure you don't get lost up there. In which
Yeah.
case, you might want to check out the sponsor of today's video,
Mm.
Saily. Brought to you by the same people who made NordVPN. Now, if you don't know, Saily is an eSIM provider that lets you easily put plans in case you're planning to visit several countries in one trip. So don't get lost in the Malaysian mountains because you don't have data. Get an eSIM with Saily, and you can get an exclusive. Is about an hour's drive from Kuala. Further ado, back to Malaysia.
There we go.
And let's check out this hotel. So Genting Highlands is about an hour's drive from Kuala Lumpur, despite the way it looks in this crazy photo we saw online where it looks super
Whoa.
close. So on our first morning in KL, we
It does
awoke
look really
bright and
close.
early and hopped in a van to drive up the mountain. Now the actual technical Genting Highlands is the name for the resort area at the top of Mount Ulukali, which sits at about 6,000 feet above sea level. And though you can't
Nice.
technically drive all the way to the top, the more fun way to get there is via gondola that will sail you straight into the hotel. So like
Ooh.
3/4 of the way up the mountain, we stopped at an outlet mall / gondola station called the Awana Skyway.
My ears did pop on the drive, or
Nice.
maybe they kind of didn't, and now I kind of have to try and pop them.
Yeah.
But that might just be my state of being for the next 24 hours.
And though I certainly wouldn't say it's chilly up here, it is much more temperate than the tropical July Kuala Lumpur heat.
I did see someone wearing a full-on jacket, so I think that Malaysians think it's cold.
So we headed into the Skyway itself, in which the giant hotel hype train was already starting strong.
Look, it's time to whoop it up.
That's gonna be us. Whooping, baby.
I guess we're gonna be channeling the Real Housewives of Orange County while we're up here, which is
Nice.
okay by me.
Yep.
A small note that I just want to get a shot of. Look at this baby 7-Eleven.
Isn't it so cute?
But not to get distracted by the shops and restaurants,
It is
we
really
headed
cute.
to the top
Tiny
floor,
little 7-Eleven.
My ear just popped.
Oh, yeah?
I got it.
Lucky.
which is where the gondolas launch from. And then we scanned our tickets and hopped into our awaiting sky chariot.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
How was the volume, you guys?
Ooh. Ooh. I made it.
What happened to you?
I almost fell.
Oh.
Yeah.
And with a jounce and a rumble, we were off.
Ooh, Nelly. Goodbye, outlet malls.
There was a large Baskin Robbins that I was interested in.
It's good? Okay.
We gotta get up.
Yeah.
Now we sprung for the fancy glass-bottomed gondola versus the
Ooh,
normal
no, thank
ones,
you.
But
It doesn't actually add that much to the view.
Nope.
It just makes it more terrifying.
Yeah.
Because the
Be
great
like-
view is through the windows.
Right.
This is just scary.
Yeah, like, I'd be like,
and frankly, the view out the
yeah.
windows is pretty amazing because
But,
on a
you
clear
know,
day like this,
that's what
you can not
happens,
only
'cause
see
I'm
the whole
afraid of heights.
mountainside, you can also see all the way back to what I'm pretty sure is Kuala Lumpur's city center.
You know what this mountain needs? A casino.
I was just thinking that.
Now, after passing the picturesque Chinsui Temple on the way up the mountain, which is a really serene pit stop that I would recommend if you have the time, as you approach the summit, you start to see a few other buildings on the horizon.
Oh, that's it?
I'm not sure it is, actually.
Well, the problem is that there's like 8 hotels up there.
Right.
So it could be any of them.
Yeah.
It's up there.
But after rounding the bend past a couple red herring tiny hotels, we caught our first glimpse of our striped destination.
there it is.
I'm seeing some rainbow, baby.
I hear the theme park.
Oh my god.
And after years of anticipation, we finally laid eyes on the world's largest hotel,
It's a lot of rooms, baby.
confirmed by the giant theme park flanking it to the right.
We've wanted to come here like forever.
Yeah, for like 5 years. Yeah.
There's just a moment.
Oh. Oh, it looks packed.
Now this is what dreams are made of, people.
Hello, Genting.
Okay, so before we dive in, we have sort of mentioned some of the stuff that's up here. There's a couple theme parks, a mall, and a giant hotel, but I don't think we fully explained the gist of the entire Genting Highlands, which is overall kind of like a giant resort campus with a bunch of different buildings. I think at least most of them are under the general Resorts World umbrella. Yes, that's the same Resorts World as the one on the Vegas Strip, as well as on Sentosa Island in Singapore.
Okay.
Okay.
It's simultaneously crazy, but also kind of looks like the resort's really big.
Yeah.
And a lot of the different buildings are connected to each other via this giant mall, which is where the gondola dropped us off, Sky Avenue. We're going to be spending a lot of time in here, so we'll loop back around and show you guys more of it in a second, but it also contains the indoor theme park, Skytropolis, the Sky Casino, and has an entrance to the outdoor theme park, Sky Worlds.
All right, so we actually came to this like parking lot in the back to try and get a shot of the Rainbow Towers. It's kind of hard to get a shot of them because they are attached to the giant mall that you are consistently walking through.
Yeah.
But there it is, the largest hotel in the world.
It's
And
pretty
Genting
big.
Highlands as a resort area has been a thing since the early 1970s, with a general idea of being a refreshing mountain resort to cater to Malaysians and tourists alike.
It's a Duran
There's
Bear.
also some weather rolling in, it looks like.
And besides First World Hotel, there are 7 other hotels in this general area. A couple that are actually newer and nicer than First World Hotel, a few that are on the older side, and one that is apparently super haunted.
Mystery building.
Although people also say that First World Hotel is haunted too, so that's not my favorite fact ever. And the First World Hotel is made up of 3 towers, the most recent of which, Tower 2A, which opened in 2014, actually snatched the title of world's largest hotel back from the Palazzo in Las Vegas, as apparently the two had been going back and forth before then.
This makes me want to go to Vegas, stand outside the
I
Palazzo
see.
and go, suck on that.
Okay, so with that all established, let's head back inside before any rain clouds roll in. Now back inside the giant
So it is
mall of
actually
Sky
the
Avenue,
building,
one
like
of
the
things we
tower
noticed
is the
right off
biggest
bat
hotel
is just
tower.
how damn
That's
bright
crazy.
It is, as it is covered in a giant continuous screen that spans almost every available surface.
The entire mall is a TV screen.
Yeah, it really is.
And it does make any time spent in here a pretty overstimulating experience, like you are a tiny baby with a giant iPad.
Resorts World has seen stats about screen time. They're like, we could beat those numbers.
We can beat those numbers. We got
And
that.
kind of like a retail store playlist, the screen plays the same 5 or 6 ads on loop,
Ugh,
so
I
they
hate
get burned
that.
into your brain pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Durian Fest 2024.
It's like the Malaysian Wing Bowl.
Until the day I die, I will never forget Durian Fest 2024.
I want Durian Fest, baby. Where is Durian Fest?
Where is Durian Fest?
Now, aside from the whole giant screen thing, it is a pretty good mall with a very solid store selection, as well as some fun Genting-themed souvenir shops, which we of course stopped by.
What happens in Genting stays in Genting. Oh, sorry, no, never mind. It's always happening in Genting.
They were also giving out some free samples of durian chocolate that my durian brainwashed mind could not resist,
And...
Smells potent.
Oh, yeah?
which was really not as bad as it sounds.
Oh, wow. Savory.
Creamy.
The chocolate does sort of temper out the initial durian kick, though it does have a pretty strong aftertaste that lingers.
Should we get some?
We gotta take some home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's haste some people.
Now, as the catchphrase on my tote bag implies, the Genting Highlands overall does have a sort of Vegas-y vibe to it, and beyond just shopping,
I
it
love
has
that.
a lot of the
They're like,
touristy
we know what we're
staples
about.
that a Vegas or a Pigeon Forge or like a Myrtle Beach might have. Like on the top floor, they have a Ripley's Adventureland.
What? They have a Ripley's there.
What am I...
It's usually like a museum.
Yeah, it's a place where you believe things and you don't believe things.
Which, believe it or not, ended up being more like a Dave & Buster's than
Yeah.
a museum, with like an arcade, go-karts.
Yeah, they have those.
There's also a Pizza Hut and dinosaurs.
Yes.
The ticket booth is a Trojan horse.
a lot.
The Ripley's people started branching out into this kind of thing a while ago. I know down back in my hometown, Panama City Beach, Florida, there was a Ripley's, believe it or not, and they then put one of these things in across the street from it. So they have like the believe it or not museum attraction, and then they have the like not theme park, but like arcade kind of fun house kind of thing across the street from it. And I always just thought that was so weird. The sheer variety of things. I didn't know that. Yeah, it was really interesting. I got to see the Fiji Mermaid, because whenever they first opened, they rotated some of, like, their more exclusive, things around. So they actually had the Fiji, like, the real Fiji Mermaid at that museum for a little bit. So yeah. That was interesting.
Along with a fish catching station and a fish pedicure station.
Those guys seem really big.
They've been eating well.
Don't they seem bigger than usual?
I don't know about you, but I am not putting my foot in there.
Yeah, those
There
do
are
seem
also
big.
a lot of restaurants up here, and even some celebrity chef restaurants. More on that in a bit. As well as one of our favorites.
Are they going to do another celebrity chef episode?
Yeah,
Should we go?
that's a game changer.
Right now? Post-haste?
Which, yes, does have
Din
a
Tai
location
Fung.
in Vegas, too. And then finally, to complete the Vegas comparison, one of the major draws is that there is a Sky Casino here. However, unlike a Vegas casino, this one is much more serious, and you would be much more ill-advised to film in there.
You can't film it.
No.
No. Tyler did go in just to see it, but apparently there were like signs every 5 feet being like, do not film or you will be prosecuted. And we're not gonna
Not in foreign countries.
If you want to see what the Sky Casino looks like, you're gonna have to come yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. We can't show you.
So after that roller coaster
We
of
can't show you.
emotions, we figured it was time to escape the bright lights and check out our digs for the night. Now, the First World Hotel
Prosecuted
is the
in
world's
Malaysia
largest by
for
number
filming
of
in
rooms.
casino.
Whoa, don't block how many rooms there are.
Let's go! Let's f***ing go! Which means on any given day,
Let's
there are a
fucking
lot of
go!
guests trying to check in. And accordingly, the check-in lobby is pretty crazy. Aside from being packed, it has many self-check-in kiosks
You can
for
do it
those who have
yourself.
a handle on things, and a nice long line for those who need some assistance.
I need some help.
I need some help.
Yeah. How do we do anything?
And I think it's pretty self-aware about how overwhelming it is, because it also has like a serene decompression station in the corner.
That's not a wall or a screen.
Those are clouds.
With frankly stunning views of the cloud-covered rolling mountainside, as well as manual-powered elliptical machines to sweat off the check-in blues.
Alright, I need some help. Hold on. I have some momentum I can't stop. Alright, I survived the lobby. Let's go.
After grabbing our keys, we set off down this very long corridor towards our elevator bank, which was lined with a bunch of enticing-looking cafes and some very enticing views of the mountainside out the window, which only
it looks
got
really
better
pretty,
once we rode
honestly.
the elevator up to the 27th floor.
Oh my.
Wonder if one of those are the haunted ones.
They look like they could be haunted.
They
And then
do.
every time
They
we
do
try
look
for a
like they could be
picture, he just
haunted.
says They're all haunted, so.
Yeah.
I like how this direction is just fog.
Now, as for the question of the room,
Oh, come on.
we don't have to sugarcoat it. It's not great.
Well, it's sort of interesting.
Right.
That's really sad, actually.
Yeah.
It
Oh, it's only
doesn't
$44.
smell precious.
No.
There
Okay.
are some decor choices that I do like.
I liked this like abstract textured wall.
I like the vibrant yellow of the bathroom and the nice bonus next to the toilet.
I get in, turn around.
Oh. Hello, sink. It's a small bathroom.
So we have like a hand washing sink next to the toilet over here, and I guess like a skincare sink with more space over here.
Nice.
2 sinks, baby.
2 sinks.
But I can't say that I'm a fan of the view, which is just the side of another tower about 5 feet away.
And
Yeah.
this is nice and colorful,
Right.
but it's not a great view.
To round out our tour, we did do a bed drop.
Wait, I ran out of bed.
Sorry, 2 bed drops.
Listen, it's not great.
It's only $44 a night
There's
though.
not a lot of plush action.
No plush. Yeah.
But I don't see any spots or anything.
No.
So overall, not a great room, but we'll live.
I will say, I really appreciate this fan just booking it. Like, it is seriously generating some wind. 'Cause there is no AC.
I didn't even notice.
Oh no.
Okay, so if there is no actual AC, then the fan's doing well.
Yes.
Now, it does seem to me, kind of like with some Vegas hotels, that the hotel room itself may just be a crash pad,
Come on out.
and you might want to spend most of your time outside of the room
Yeah.
doing activities.
That makes sense.
So first up, we stopped by the Skytropolis Indoor Theme Park, which is really not too shabby.
Indoor theme park.
Actually, it's pretty nice and new and sizable.
I like how the indoor theme park is like way calmer than the LED panels outside.
Right.
The atrium is way more distracting than the theme park.
It's actually it's a little relaxing in here.
It's calmer.
They have a lot of carnival-esque rides,
calmer.
like a large Ferris wheel and this vomit machine, some carnival games with some enticing prizes, like some Sophia-sized giant bananas. Occasionally, a zip liner will fly through. There is one pretty legit roller coaster called the Super Glider, which is a lying down coaster. We did do this one, and it was kind of intense and very fast.
That was the most painful roller coaster I've ever experienced. That was great.
Because you're facing forward, there isn't that much of a dropping sensation, but because of the way you're strapped in, the majority of your weight does go on your chin.
Dude, my chin kind of hurts. A little. I think my chin was like getting jostled the whole time.
Yeah, you have like a cage on your head.
So that would be my only warning.
Your chins are gonna be killing them in 5 minutes.
But after some recovery time, our jaws were ready for dinner. And we did promise a celebrity chef restaurant.
Madam Kwan's, baby. There she is.
Madame Kwan is a Malaysian celebrity chef who is well known for being a successful restaurateur and the queen of nasi lemak, as well as for her signature hats. And she serves up Malaysian fare with a modern twist.
Would my shrimp be vibrating because of the bass of that singer?
Karaoke will do it to you, man.
We tried a lot of things on the menu, but some highlights were the nasi bojari, which was Madame recommended and came with tricolored rice, prawns, beef rendang, a boiled egg, which I vultured,
Nice egg.
and a fried chicken drumstick.
Oh, damn, it's good. This is so marinated.
Accidental dramatic zoom.
This is an awesome meal.
We also liked the fruit rojak, which is basically a crunchy peanut and sesame covered fruit and veggie salad with soft shell crab.
The soft shell crab.
Ooh, that sounds good, actually.
Like fried substance. It's very good.
And then, prompted by our durian brainwashing, we did also get a durian chendol for dessert, which is sort of like a shaved ice dish with a crown of Musang King durian on top.
So is this just a pile of durian? Okay, it's not ice cream.
No, it's not ice cream. It's just durian and durian.
The durian did overpower most of the other flavors in the dish, except for the red bean, which really held its own. I don't know if this will make sense, but together, they kind of had a starchy, sweet, chestnut type flavor.
She's giving me that like, I don't know, how do I feel?
This is how the evening is unfolding at Resorts World, okay?
After dinner, we did check out the High Line, which is their open-air nightlife area on part of the roof of the mall,
This part's like partially outside.
Yeah,
It's kind of nice.
it's nice weather.
featuring a fair few bars and clubs, all of which were emanating the sweet, sweet sounds of karaoke.
Rockin' that's happy birthday, baby.
Happy birthday to
Another
you!
celebrity chef restaurant, Harry Ramsden's, which we had seen signs for all over and ignorantly thought was a knockoff Gordon Ramsay restaurant, I think because of the Rams prefix, but it turns out he is actually one of the OG fish and chips dudes.
Wow. That's
So,
funny.
sorry, Harry Ramsden, I was not familiar with your game. But after a nice
I was
evening
not
stroll,
familiar
we
with
knew
your
we had a lot
game.
to do the next day, so we retired to our room. We're watching The Shawshank Redemption on this TV, and there have been no commercials, and it's been like at least 45 minutes. So I'm pretty pleased. And after concluding our evening with the best movie ending of all time, yes! Let's go! It was off to bed. See you guys in the morning. All right. Good night. Now, our night was pretty uneventful. Room was fine, fan was nice, bed was firm, and thankfully we didn't experience any hauntings.
We did also take showers this morning. The water pressure is quite good.
Very
Nice.
But the towels are very sad.
barely
Yeah.
towels.
They're like thin cloths. There's like no
Oh.
like body to them at all.
Advanced paper towels.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
To you how much I don't like these towels on camera.
And after saying goodbye forever to the cursed towels, our plan for the day was to hit the outdoor theme park. So we needed
Yeah.
to fuel up and
Outdoor
get some
theme park,
breakfast.
let's go!
And the weather was looking beautiful for us.
I know
out the
people who
window.
always pack towels. Yeah.
Everything was way less haunted than during the daytime.
That one over there looks nice, actually.
Yeah.
But we did get very lost on the way to the breakfast buffet. Turns out the hotel is huge.
Oh, really? Is the hotel big?
Yeah.
The world's
It's
biggest
really
hotel?
big. That's not just the camera.
But after walking around for 30 minutes in the different towers,
We can't find breakfast.
I'm like that with pillows. I like to take my pillows when I can. So does Mr. Husband. If we drive, we take our
I
own
won't go
pillows.
too much in on the breakfast buffet because it was extensive, but I thought the spread was quite good. Sweet, savory, Eastern, Western, Southeastern, eggs.
Eggs.
This one?
Eggy.
Oh yeah.
This led to some pretty hodgepodge plates on our end, but we were very pleased with what we got.
And that's my kind of breakfast.
Yeah.
Crunchy, heavy on the eggs.
I got banana cakes because I love banana.
Banana cake.
I like the
Aw.
justification.
I love breakfast.
And after sufficiently fueling up, it was time to head out. So we headed to the outdoor theme park that adjoins the world's largest hotel. The park itself is pretty new and specializes in niche IPs. In fact, they say that is one of their specific draws. Originally, it was supposed to be a 20th century Fox world, but when Disney bought Fox in 2019, they said, no way. And so now it's called Genting Sky Worlds, but most of the IP is still Fox. And once inside the park,
This is very legit.
I was actually pretty impressed by the scale and how detailed it was. Like, it feels like Universal Studios in here.
This is nice. This is a far cry from the LED screen blast.
No, this is actually super nice and it's not that crowded right now.
No, it's beautiful.
And now that we're in, let's do a quick tour to get the lay of the land. Now, a lot of the themed areas at the front of the park are like America themed.
United Steel Corporation, Golden Gate Garage, hot dogs.
There's a Pittsburgh/San Francisco area, and then a New York area with a Central Park garden. Quick note, we do like this theme park overall, but we do have to mention that part of the Central Park area did burn down.
That thing was definitely on fire.
I think that's where the Night of the Museum ride was.
Yeah.
There is a theory that the fire came from a stray cigarette butt, but that can't be confirmed. And then to round out this front region, there's also like an American West motorcycle Cars Land looking area,
I love seeing what like other countries deem to be like AmeriCorps.
Yeah.
which is very cute and has some merch that caught my eye.
Yeah.
Is it because it says Genting Skyworld Theme Park at the bottom?
Yeah.
And then towards the back of the park is where you really start to hit some of those niche IP lands.
Oh my god. The fog rolled in and the Ice Age Mountain disappeared.
Uh-oh. We better hit this Rio thing before it starts raining.
Starting with Rio Land, which is a movie I've never heard of before from
What?
2011, starring Jesse Eisenberg
What?
and Anne Hathaway as parrots. Turns
Sophia
out it was
didn't know
actually
about
pretty
Rio?
successful, so maybe I'm on the outs here.
Yeah, you are.
So what's going out?
Yeah!
He's got like crazy Crocs on.
Oh my god. I want them.
And I will say, I really appreciate the dedication to these IPs I don't know, because the details in all the lands are pretty impeccable. Also note, just for me, the return of the
Yeah,
giant bananas.
I like Rio,
Tucked in the back is
honestly.
Epic
I didn't
Land,
like
which is also
Rio
a movie
2,
I
but,
don't
like,
know.
Rio
From
1
the
was pretty
trailer,
good.
It looks like it has a Thumbelina vibe, but we'll swing by there later. And
Yeah.
not just because it's one of the only IPs I recognize, I think the Ice Age area in the back is pretty much the marquee land of the park. It's pretty big, and the mountain is very tall and visible
I see an
from all
acorn!
areas, kind of like Matterhorn vibes. And as the clouds were starting to descend, our plan became more urgent. We had to do any rides we wanted to before the rain set in.
There's a 100%
Yeah.
chance of rain at 2 o'clock.
Starting
I
with
finally watched
Sprat's
Blade Runner.
Acorn
I hadn't seen
Adventure.
Blade Runner in, like, ever. Until just, like,
I think
recently.
Sprat ended up being like the breakout star of the Ice Age franchise.
Scrat is the best. Gotta hide that
And if you
acorn.
don't know him, he is a squirrel who endlessly pursues but never gets an acorn.
He doesn't just pursue it, he's trying to
This is
hide
one
it.
of the more major coasters at the park, and it's not totally a baby ride. Like, it does go pretty fast.
I don't know if my back's coming back from that one. Oh, that's fun.
And after reviewing some YouTube videos, it appears Scrat does finally get that nut at the end. So yay.
I couldn't follow the story at all.
Yeah, it was
Kind of
whiplash.
like a roller coaster,
Yeah, it was good, really good. Yeah, good roller coaster.
From there, we passed through a futuristic Andromeda base area,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
featured
yeah.
some space bananas to get to Robots Land, which I wanted to stop by because Robots is another IP I know.
Maybe a kiddie area?
Yeah,
It looks kind of like Toontown a little bit.
a little bit.
I also don't remember that much about robots, except that Amanda Bynes is in it.
Unfortunately, the main ride here was closed, so instead, we did do the baby ride, Big Weld Zeppelins,
Stop steering us.
I'm just going straight up.
and it's pretty much just like the Dumbo ride at Disneyland.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
That was a nice 45 seconds.
And
Yeah,
after a
let's-
last-minute
let's,
ride on
snooze
Rio's
the ad.
Samba gliders, we decided
That's
it
a
was
good
rainy
idea.
enough to poncho up.
Backwards. Both of us?
Both of us were backwards.
But we were still hopeful that it would just be a passing shower.
We'll run an ad after this video and just kind of chill for a second.
Yeah.
Now, I would say in general, one of the best parts of any theme park is the food. And
I think I'm going to watch one more video after this and then probably call it for today. I thought I was gonna do some rigging, but like I'm sitting here and my brain is just like, you gotta go to the store, you gotta go to the post office, you gotta go here. So I think that's what's gonna happen, but we'll get this video done, we'll run an ad and then watch another video and then call it for today. Yeah.
from a couple viral videos that we saw, we knew Skyworlds had a few interesting looking dishes that we wanted to try. We were gonna go to the Harry Ramsden's in the theme park for some fish and chips, but
Nice.
unfortunately, it was in the part that had burned down. So to start off our mini food tour, we circled back to the San Francisco/Pittsburgh area and headed to the Golden Gate Garage to get a fuel injector.
Nice. Hot dog called the
What
fuel
better way to honor
injector.
the world's largest hotel than by getting what I can only guess is the largest hot dog in Malaysia,
The biggest little hot dog in Malaysia.
which is an 18-inch chili dog with chili packed both below the wiener and also a hefty serving on top.
18 inches of pure fuel. It's a little suitcase.
Now, when confronted with this dog up close and personal, it is pretty formidable.
We did not get any utensils besides 2 knives, but I think that we can do this.
Partially because the dog protrudes out of the sides of the bun because it's just that damn big.
They also got meatball sub.
It
Oh,
does.
that looks
The
so
fear factor
good.
pretty much ends once it's in your mouth because it's really not that intense of a dish flavor-wise.
Really good, just kind of like tomato saucy and warm. It's not completely unlike a meatball sub. In fact, it's like a meatball sub.
In fact, it's a lot lighter and less greasy than you would expect a giant chili dog to be because
that's
it's
good.
chicken chili and chicken sausage.
I love it.
Oh, I'd love that.
18
That
inches
sounds
of
so
hot dog is
good.
not crazy.
I think that we can make a dent. How much do you think we have left? 12 inches?
Yeah.
Now, as we were tackling
sounds
this
so
behemoth,
good.
we did notice that the promised rain had finally arrived in dramatic fashion.
Whoa! Oh my god, the gondolas are completely gone.
Thankfully, we were chilling under like an awning over here,
Unthankfully, more of our items are that way.
so we flipped our ponchos into sports mode and set off into the rain.
All right, ready?
Yeah, we're doing it.
We're going to Ice Age.
All right, don't fall.
We had traveled thousands of miles and scaled thousands of feet,
All right, this is crazy. Oh my god. Go, under the awning, under the awning.
and we weren't about to be undone by a little torrential downpour.
How the rain had stopped once we put on our ponchos.
Now, I think when you're so high up, you're almost literally in the cloud as it passes through, and it is cold in there.
I bet. Oh my god.
That's our home stretch.
Here we are, not riding the Andromeda ride. Trying to get in the freezing rain to this frozen treats place.
And there was a little bit of thunder and lightning going on, which we felt extra close to.
So let's go. 3, 2, 1, go, go, go. Don't slip, don't slip. Go, go, go. Oh, we did it. We made it. Okay, I don't know if my camera did, but we did.
But it was all worth it to get to Crash and Eddie's Frozen Treats Hut in Ice Age Land to pick up a signature ice kachang.
I also got a hot latte, just because.
My hands are like frozen.
Yeah, why don't you just hold this for a second?
Yeah.
This is sort of a shaved ice dish. I'm not sure of everything that's in there,
Tastes like Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I love it.
but I'm pretty sure it at least has lychee jelly, dragon fruit, and definitely crushed peanuts on top.
Oh yeah, that looks good too.
Yeah.
It probably would have been great on like a hot sunny day, but on a cold and very wet day, it is a little cold.
Was it worth risking our lives for? It wasn't that dangerous, so yeah.
We're fine.
Yeah.
We're fine.
But as you can see, this taste test is essential for the overall narrative of this video. And given that we're clearly dedicated to 100% completion here, so is the next one. But before heading back out, we needed to buy Tyler another layer in the Ice Age gift shop.
Oh my god!
We need layers here.
Because despite
I
the
need
coffee,
that
he was
shirt.
losing feeling in his fingers.
Double hood.
Double hood.
Nice.
That's right.
Camera in.
Oh, I carry her like this.
All right. Precious cargo.
My genius plan.
All right, let's do it.
And our final item was over in Epic Land.
Epic, baby.
And while I still don't know anything about the plot of this movie, it is very cute over here.
It's like a bug slice, right?
Yeah. I think.
But miraculously, after finding a toadstool to shelter under, the storm broke.
Woo! All right. We're back in business, baby.
And we were sitting pretty, camera still dry-ish, next to our final kiosk.
And this is Mub and Grub's Big Bites, baby.
Now, semi-unfortunately for us, their signature item was also a cold item, a bubble waffle with ice cream on top. But with the sudden turn of events, I was just riding the good vibes here, man.
I don't
Yeah.
know this IP at all, but the fact that we received this item and it stopped raining makes me love it.
It's a.
Instant positive association.
Although that was slightly dampened when we entered this completely deserted room to do our taste test and were told very sternly not to sit there. This dish is also pretty good, though the waffle is a bit plain by itself. I think on a hotter day, the ice cream would melt into it, and so the waffle would be a bit more moist.
It's actually like just a really good Red Bull almost.
Yeah. But we were fans of the Pandan Kaya syrup.
Pandani.
And after some prototyping, Tyler figured out how to smoosh the whole thing into a giant taco.
I think that is maybe how you're supposed to eat it.
It's pretty great. You want to try it?
Yeah. Which worked well, flavor-wise at least. Now thoroughly fueled, soaked, and wrung out like a wet rag, and also all on top of a mountain to boot.
I'm seeing some sun.
I know.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm so confused.
I know.
Emotionally.
I think it's about time for our
Emotionally.
review. And kind of like our day at the theme park, where there was a little bit of sun, a little bit of rain, a little bit of good, a little bit of bad, so was our experience in the Genting Highlands as a whole. Like, it's kind of not that nice, but some parts are pretty nice. Like the mall and the restaurants, and I like the breakfast buffet a lot, and it's kind of nice, but some parts are not that nice. Like the hotel rooms, and the towels in the hotel rooms, and the potential hauntings. We have been wanting to come here for like 5 years just to see what it's like, and I am very happy that we finally made it here. But after experiencing the whole thing, I think I can safely say that at the world's largest hotel, the hotel is the worst part.
Yep.
Everything else is pretty
That
good.
makes sense.
But excuse me while I drink my detoxifying herbs to help with my Genting hangover.
Oh my god. That is bitter.
Because it's about time to head back down the mountain. Subscribe for more herb content.
Yay,
We're trying
nice.
something new here. Like if you prefer the old outro stings.